Samaj LAXMANBHAI Constructions Premier League Season 2, organized by Shri Kachila Patel Samaj Youth League. We are at game number 8 between Mahadev Strikers and Play Masters. Before we go to the toss, we'd like to thank our sponsors, title sponsors LAXMANBHAI Construction Limited, live stream media partners, APCO Quarries Limited, Gulf Timber and Hardware Supplies Limited, silver sponsors South Sox Farms, Apex Steel and Apex Pipings, bronze sponsors Broadwalk Mall and Woodways Kenya Limited, fuel partners Silver Star Manufacturers Limited and Harium Titans, man of the match partner Juja Blues Limited, highest sixes partners Sajanand Creatives Limited, dot ball partners MK Builders, Kapil Timber, Alpha Aluminium and BBC Auto Parts, media partners, or rather broadcasting partners, East FM. So with the captains alongside with the representative from Mahadev Striker Jailesh. So I will ask the Playmasters captain Manish to call. Youth League. Youth League is the call and Youth League it is. Manish, a wicket ઉપર શું પ્લાન છે તમારો?
We want batting first because pitch is very hard. So I'm choice batting first.
What score are you looking at?
160 or 170.
After winning the toss, is there any changes in your squad?
No, it's same squad.
Thank you, Manish. I'll ask Chirag. Chirag, toss જીત્યો તો તમે શું કરત?
એકચ્યુઅલી અમે બેટિંગ જ કરવાના હતા કે ફ્રેશ વિકેટ છે, હાર્ડનેસ છે, તો પહેલું એવું હતું કે સારું સ્ટાર્ટ કરીએ બેટિંગમાં અને પછી એ લોકોને રિસ્ટ્રિક્ટ કરીએ. પણ એનીવેઝ કાંઈ વાંધો નહીં, અમે એ લોકોને રિસ્ટ્રિક્ટ કરશું 150માં અને અમે ચેસ લો.
થેન્ક યુ ચિરાગ. પહેલી ગેમ જીત્યા પછી તમારા સ્કોરમાં કઈ ચેન્જીસ છે?
નો, ધેર ઇઝ નો ચેન્જ.
Okay, thank you, Chirag. So the toss has been won by Playmasters and they are going to bat first.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for match number 8. This will be played between MAHADEV Strikers and Play Masters. Welcome to a sunny afternoon from Nairobi. This is Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj, Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Construction Premier League T20 Season 2.
So Purushottam Vekaria bowling the first over for the MAHADEV Strikers. We have Manish Kerai and Shubham Yadav opening the batting in for the Play Masters.
So Play Masters, going by the tradition, deciding to bat first again for the second time. Last time they decided to bat first. It was an evening game. They had a result which possibly they would have not expected. But this time they would be expecting to change the table. Much will depend on their opening partnership, which is led by the captain himself, Manish Kerai. He had a good opening start in the last game and he would want to consolidate. He also plays for the Kachileva Patel Samaj, which means this is his home ground. He would be expecting to consolidate his performance from the last week and wanting to get the much needed 2 points for his team. Very important, crucial match for Playmaster. Vishal?
So that's the end of Manish Kerai going very hard at Purushottam Vekaria. Ball moving away. There's no need of the ball being fetched off outside the off stump.
Vishal, just to take a little bit of details from you of what happened at the toss. How was the response of Chirag? Because he seemed to be very happy. Last game losing a toss, wanting to chase. Was this the same expression he had this time too?
This time round, he wanted to bat first as well. So it was not a good toss to win, to lose rather, for the MAHADEV Strikers. But at the end, he said, we'll try and restrict Play Masters in 150. And they will come in super hard to chase this. And it's obvious Play Masters will have to open their account with the 2 points on the table. That is what they are looking into. With that, Shubham Chunk.
Shubham Chug, a professional player for them. Much would be expected out of him. Shubham has been a very handy customer for Gara, who he plays for in the NPCA League. He had a steady performance to start with in his first game. Much would be expected out of him in this game if the Play Masters are expecting get a good start during the power play. I would also be happy to see Shubham Jadhav getting some scores. He's a very nice player, good player, amassed a lot of runs for his previous team, Sri Lions, a couple of seasons before. Hitting the deck. This is what Purushottam does very consistently, especially if he is given a deck with a little bit of extra bounce. He will be the most happiest man. Gets it to his full advantage, uses his height. He's got a very steady run up, high arm release, which allows him to get a little bit of extra bounce, and he also uses his shoulder as he comes in and steams in. It would be interesting to see whether he'll also give the batsman a challenge to play him on the up. Looks like he seems to have just heard me. Tries to gets in, but Shubham Chak quick to respond. Goes for a front foot defense, getting to assess the wicket. Vishal, you have been playing over the years at this very ground. How does it behave in the afternoon? Does it Does it get better as the match progresses?
As the way the wicket looks, if it starts playing hard from the first innings, then the second innings is obviously you'll get a bit of turn. But when you start the innings with a bit of sponginess in the wicket, which the conditions are at this July, that definitely chasing here in the 50 overs or T20 is very much simple, as the wicket becomes very flat.
This has been the story, as you hear from the man himself, Vishal, who has been playing for Sri Kachilaya Patel Samaj. Lovely looking stroke in the meanwhile, width offered, room offered. Shubham Chugg is not a batsman who would miss that opportunity. Gives it the treatment it deserves. Plays it between the point and the covers. That's a lovely looking shot. Gets him 4 runs and also gets 4 runs for his team. The first boundary of the day by Shubham Chugg. Very steady head. Uses his hands, extension of his arms. He realizes the ball was going much away from him, but the head is so still. This is what the great A.B. de Villiers used to say. Get the head to the ball and the body follows. And this was a classic example of how you take the head to the ball and then use the extension of his arms and place it between the two fielders, Vishal.
So I think Shubham Chugg had the opportunity to free his arms, as the previous ball that was bowled by Purushottam was given a no ball. So it was definitely a free hit for Shubham Chugg, and anyhow, anywhere, opening the arms after just the 4 deliveries, it's a good opportunity for the batsman as well.
That brings in Arshdeep Singh Kundi. He had a very good spell in the previous game for the Mahadev strikers. He was consistently bringing the ball in towards the righty. The odd ball also moving away. Hitting the deck very well, using his height. It's a full delivery. Shubham Jadhav goes for the cover drive, but finds a fielder. There's a hesitation here. Although there was a bit of a miscue from the fielder as well. The batsman couldn't convert it, and it is yet another dot ball, which means another tree planted, courtesy Sri Kachilaya Patel Samaj Youth League initiative. He comes in, he's about to steam in for his second delivery. Off the edge, slightly opens the face of the bat, but finds the captain Chirag Sisodia. He makes no mistake. Takes a dig at the stumps, but the batsman makes it just in time to avoid another disaster. So far, Arshdeep has been on the money. Interesting to see how he's going to come with the third delivery of the spell. Yet another ball right on the money, not giving any room to the batsman. He realizes that Shubham seems to be trying to move himself, shuffle himself, trying to confuse him and to get off strike. He would be wanting to get some score this game for himself, because he was dismissed cheaply in the previous game. Yet another delivery, full delivery, just misses the fielder. Full stretch by the fielder, but he couldn't catch it. And that's 4 runs. And also to the relief of Shubham Jadhav. 2 Shubhams on crease here. One gets a lovely drive while other takes the aerial route. But the result seems to be the same for both of them. Arshdeep Kundi walking again, steaming again. There's a slight misfield. Otherwise, they could have put pressure on the batsman. Shubham Chugg was actually running towards the danger end. Chirag would have definitely taken a dig at the stumps, but a bit of a misfield from him, allowing the batsman to go for an easy single. This over has been steady by the batsman. They're trying to read the wicket, trying to read the deliveries that the bowler is bowling, and this is exactly the way they should be playing. as they play more, they are going to get used to this wicket. And as my co-commentator Vishal was telling, once you settle down in this wicket, this is a very good batting track. I've also had some of my favorite innings played in this ground. So I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a beautiful track for the batsman, especially in the afternoon condition. The ball usually does not do much with the sun coming on. Arshdeep steaming in again. Hit on the air, but past the fielder. The ball running away to the boundary for 4 runs. Welcomed by the team of Playmasters. Their team applauding the effort of Shubham Chugh. He had to extend his arms because the ball was not coming onto the bat as he was expecting it. It was going slightly away from him. He covering the swing by extending his arms and getting it past the point fielder. Gets him still 4 runs and he'll easily take it. 2 overs, 14 for the loss of 1 wicket. The second over of Arshdeep proving to be an expensive over, giving away 9 runs. Brings in the experience of Purushottam Vikaria back again.
So Playmasters will have to score a lot of runs in this wicket, with the MAHADEV strikers having a deep batting lineup.
Same ball and same result. There's a big appeal here. Has the umpire given? And the umpire has given. And Shubham Jadhav will have to walk back. He tries to go after Purushottam Vikaria. Again getting his extra bounce off the wicket. Ball coming in this time. The previous one towards Manish Kerai was moving away from him. Tries to hit it, but he was not in control of the shot and only managed to get an inside edge, which is collected easily by Harendra Kerai rather. Harendra is a good keeper. He wouldn't miss those easy chances, and that's wicket number 2 for MAHADEV strikers, and the second wicket for Purushottam Vikaria, who seems to be following up on his form, even delivering a much better performance as of now for the MAHADEV strikers.
So it's a big blow there by the MAHADEV strikers to Playmasters. The direct buy for Shubham Yadav, not making so much damage, and proceeds towards the pavilion. Rajiv Sutaria comes in.
Rajiv Sutaria, good batsman. He had a good outing in his first game. He played some lovely shot over through the covers. Couple of cheeky shots, the scoops and the nudges towards third man, especially of the spinner. He played a good cameo for the Playmasters in the previous game, but they would be expecting a better knock, a much important knock from him in this game, because they've already seen 2 of their good batsmen, the captain himself Manish, followed by Shubham Jadhav, who's been sent back to the pavilion by some good bowling from Purushottam, and he welcomes him in style. Surprises Rajiv Sutaria. Seems to have hit his elbow. Extra bounce there. He's using his shoulder and he's steaming in, Vishal. I think he looks very charged, especially after getting the first 2 wickets.
I think what will come to do with this wicket is the ball will definitely come to you. It's you as a batsman, it's how to react on it. It's not an easy way to just come and slog the ball. Another no ball there by Purushottam Vekaria. As you can also see the foot stepping out for Purushottam. Once again Rajiv Sutaria will get.
That's a big no ball there. As you can see from the replay, the side on replay tells us that was a big no ball and rightfully called by the umpire Paul Anjere. It would be interesting. This could be a relief shot for Rajiv Sutaria. Hits it, makes no mistake, length offered, rocks onto his back foot, hits it towards the curve corner. The moment it left his bat, it had 4 runs written all over it. That's welcome boundaries for Rajiv Sutaria and Playmasters. Rajiv Sutaria. He would be relieved to have found the middle of the bat. This is a freebie, coming in and getting the privilege of playing a free hit, Vishal.
Edgy shot there. A misfield there from the fielder.
It's all happening at Kachileva. Outrageous shot and outrageous fielding.
At the third man, Rajiv Sutaria trying to go at the leg side boundary, but the ball moving away. Some sloppy fielding there at the fine leg fielder.
But the intent of Rajiv seems to be that he wants to attack. Which could that have been the message that he would have just received from his team management? That yes, we want to we want you to go after the power play, and maybe Shubham plays a much longer role of staying in and giving strike to Rajiv Sutaria.
As you can see, Rajiv trying to roll back to get singles, but he's going too hard. So good running between the wickets. I think these singles, we've been talking about singles since yesterday, the rotation of strike. And according to me, the Dovus Crushers yesterday missed out just 9 runs from just getting all the singles. The singles could have made a lot of difference in the innings. And the pressure situation for the other team could have been very high.
Well, that's very important, Vishal, because I have realized that this is the 8th game. Out of 8 games, almost 7 games, irrespective of how the result have happened, we've seen some good running between the wickets from all the teams. Although I wasn't there in the com box yesterday, from what I could hear from you and also my fellow colleague Raj, that it was those singles and doubles that they missed, unfortunately, to capitalize. Was the difference between them winning and losing. I believe they lost by a very small margin, isn't it?
The same way Palora Dragons had taken a lot of benefits in those singles and doubles. Any shot being hit towards the boundary to the fielder, there was a 2 runs, has to be pushed there by
That's hit in the air, finds the fielder, but before the fielder could collect it, that's yet another run to Rajiv Sutaria. He looks good so far, having scored 10 runs of 7 deliveries. His partner seems to be finally finding strike after a while, after we saw a lovely cover drive from him. That's a dot ball from Arshdeep Kundi here. After going for runs in the first over, he seems to have slightly adjusted his length. His line was pretty alright in terms of the context of the game, but it was his length. He has hit the right areas this over, keeping Shubham Chugh and Rajiv Sutaria relatively silent, because they were both trying to get over the bowling. They wanted to smash the bowlers, get some runs during the power play.
I think they would still. Good shot there on the top of.
That's the first six of the day. What a meaty shot from Shubham Chugh. Leans and then drives it. Uppish drive. Look at the beautiful follow through, and the ball, the moment it left the bat, it was going all the way. The first six of the day, ladies and gentlemen, has come off the bat of Shubham Chugh in a beautiful fashion. Hit down the ground and goes past the long off fielder for 6 runs. Vishal, again I was talking about the line. I mean the length. If you look at it, he was hitting those right areas which was being defended by Shubham and Rajiv. One delivery which slightly was a little more fuller, and Shubham made no mistake in pouncing onto it immediately and getting the runs. I mean, that's the quality of a player also, that he's waiting for the right deliveries that he wants to attack.
That is all about cricket. You know, you should be having a passion. Kneeling down, trying to hit a slow sweep. So they just need to be very much in question of having patience towards the game. With the passion of the game, they'll definitely try and give 1-2s, and this is where and when the score on the board will look much bigger than expected at the end of the innings.
Absolutely. The Mahadev strikers camp, dressed in green and blue, looking quite happy so far. They've got 2 important wickets, and they are also seeing their important bowler Purushottam Vekaria steaming in. I think their team would be quite happy with the way their team has. The management would be quite happy with the way the team has started getting the first victory in the first match. This ball, after a long time, I think the first delivery from Purushottam Vekaria that has been slightly off the mark. Getting an extra bit of swing, going in rather, but drifting away from the pads. And this will be called a wide, and rightfully called by the umpire. Yet another single added to the total of play masters.
I think Purushottam has kept his line apart from the no balls and extras that are being bowled by him. I think if he cuts down all these extras, he could be the economical bowler, and you never know where he lands to.
I think even in the last game he was quite economical in terms of how he was bowling. He was pretty much on the dot from the first ball. He also bowled a very good first over. So far he's still not been so expensive, but that's a slight miswheel, hit hard by Rajiv Sutaria, something similar to what we saw that Purushottam gave Rajiv Sutaria when he was on playing the free hit. It was a similar delivery, slightly shorter in length, and Rajiv seems to be quick to pounce onto anything short. But this time he could only find the fielder, but still manages to get a single.
With the way Rajiv is batting and the way he's batted a few balls against Purushottam, I feel that he's waiting for that short delivery. He's opening up his shoulders. A good ball there by Purushottam to Shubham. So he's opening up the shoulders. That is why when he came in, the first ball was a blow to him at the shoulders, which he opened it up. Even the second one, he opened his shoulders. To the fine leg boundary, mistimed it, an edgy shot there. Still the shoulder was open. The four that was hit with the no ball, the shoulder was open. So what I am feeling is that Rajiv is waiting for that short ball from Purushottam.
Shubham, on the contrary, has been very steady in terms of how he's playing. I think what is very nice to see about him is his very still head as he plays the shots, and this is possibly the reason that he's able to get that extra momentum on the shot. Because of his head position, he's also able to do a solid weight transfer, something that all youngsters must be eagerly watching. Purushottam comes in for his next delivery, drifting down the leg. Rajiv is quite good there. He just flicks it, but finds a fielder in the deep, that Ashdeep. Still manages to get a single, brings Shubham Chak back on strike. And Shubham has also been playing the bowler very late, and that's why he's able to get a bit more impact on his shots. That's well left from Shubham Chak, and that's the end of the over. 3 overs, 2 wickets and 19 runs conceded by Purushottam Vekaria. And at the end of 5 overs, Team Playmasters are on 35 for the loss of 2 wickets.
So some fans there for the Playmasters. They could not be expecting a good start.
We also see the banner of our proud sponsors. There's a bowling change in the middle. Viraj Deepak Jadhav comes in. He's a left arm spinner with 2 right-handers. The captain is interested to make a bowling change.
I think he's not a left arm spinner, but he's a leggy right arm leg spinner.
Yeah, I beg your pardon, he's a leg spinner, by the way.
Let's see how the wicket plays with the spin after the 5th over. A flighted delivery there by Viraj Deepak Yadav. That's a boundary.
Flight offered. Rajiv goes against the spin, but still finds middle of the bat. The ball landing slightly short of the boundary, but it'll be a 1 bounce 4, adding 4 more runs to Rajiv Sutaria. He seems like he wants to take the charge in this over. He's quite excited at the prospect of facing a leg spinner.
As usual, opening up the shoulders, going hard at it. No doubt, a flighted delivery there from Viraj Deepak.
Quick adjustment from Viraj. He's an experienced campaigner. Brings in a lot of experience. I believe he's playing as one of the professionals who's come in from India. Slightly short of length. He rocks onto his back foot, but only manages to find the fielder. He would have wanted it to hit it a little more finer than he expected. The ball hurried him a little bit. And this time he hits it exactly where I was talking about. This is what he would have wanted to find the previous delivery, but it was slightly more quicker. This time, a bit more flighted, or rather a bit more away, a bit more room offered. It was easy for him to play it and hit it the way he wanted, where he wanted, and gets the result that he would have wanted to have. 4 more runs. This over, Rajiv has been dominating with 2 more deliveries left on power play. I'm sure Playmasters would already be happy with 43 on the board. Vishal?
Will definitely be very happy, but I still feel that the 2 wickets that have fallen could make a lot of difference at this stage. With the opener Manish Kerai, could have made a lot of damage.
In their previous game against Palora Dragons, Manish Kerai was the highest scorer, as you rightly said, scoring 36 runs. Shubham got a 26, Rajiv got a 24, and Shubham Chak getting 21. They had missed out this time on Shubham Jadav's runs and Manish Kerai, but Rajiv Sutaria and Shubham Chak has been looking good. Not to forget, they have the likes of Pankaj Sanghani to come later, and also the attacking middle order batsman Dev Patel.
They still have a very balanced side and a batting lineup up deep there. Just that the batsmen need to execute it well and make use of the conditions.
Chirag comes in to bowl. He's been very consistent in his previous game against H. Swami Bappa. Chirag Sisodia bowled 4 overs, gave only 12 runs and got 1 wicket. Arshdeep in the last game was very consistent as well. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 14 runs for 1 wicket. And Purushottam Vikaria has been the most impressive. 4 overs, 24 runs and 2 wickets. It would also be interesting to see the prospect of Nitin Arvind bowling, because last game he won the award for the most number of dot balls. He had 4 overs, he bowled a maiden over, gave only 12 runs and got 2 important wickets. He was really turning the ball. It would be interesting to see how he would come later to bowl as well.
I think there might be another change from the other end, from Viraj Deepak. Let's wait and watch what the decision has to come in from Chirag Sisodia. But as he continues, we see a bit of a turn, just a slight turn, the way Shubham is playing with the off spin. A good shot there by Rajiv Sutaria. A mid-wicket region, just taking the turn.
He was quick. He was quick to latch on to it. He realizes that the ball is coming in. Pierced it. Found the gap between the 2 fielders. Getting a boundary. Flighted delivery again. Chirag is an experienced campaigner. He wouldn't be boggled by a boundary. He's definitely going to flight it up, because he knows that he would want to draw the batsman ahead, giving him a chance to attack the stumps, hoping that the batsman misses. This is much more to Shubham. He seems to be bowling slightly different. This was a much more flattish delivery. But to Chirag, to Rajiv, he had no 2 thoughts in flighting the delivery. Quick delivery. Shubham equally smart enough to nudge it. He realizes there's no slip in place. There was a quick delivery, released on the seam, and immediately realizing it, guides it towards the third man and gets 4 runs, because third man was in the 30 yards. And as it was a quickish delivery, the moment it had left his bat, there were 4 runs written all over it. First over of Chirag proving to be an expensive over of 10 runs. But Play Masters now steadying their ship. 53 runs. A good partnership shaping here between Shubham Chugh and Rajiv Zutaria. This seems to be the partnership that Mahadev strikers would like to break. Vishal?
I think the way they're batting well here. Just assuming that those 2 wickets have not been fallen. The way they have targeted the spinners from both the ends. Something somewhere looking positive, I wish.
As expected, Chirag is a gutsy captain. He wants his good bowler Viraj to bowl his second over. Doesn't matter if he went for runs. He did go for a couple of boundaries, but then he came back strongly well. So he continuing with Viraj. Rajiv gets off strike with a good shot hit down the ground. Brings in Shubham Chugh. Tries to be cheeky or just hurried him a bit. He committed towards the ball a little early.
And also the ball reaching to the fielder very early. No giving a chance to rotate the strike.
I think a lot of kudos needs to be given also to the groundsman in terms of the outfield. Outfield is lightning quick. There's a sweep shot in place. He realizes that the ball was slightly missing legs, removing any chance of him getting LBW. That's some good fielding from the fielder. Saves a single, saves 1 extra run. Batsman still gets 3 runs. Rajiv Sutari and Shubham Chugh both are quick between the wickets, and they'll have a good understanding because they're also playing for the same club in the NPCA Division 1. Super League, I beg your pardon. So 3 runs, it's already 4 runs of this over. Will Rajiv look to go big? Shortish delivery, much to the interest of Rajiv, but it had a bit of an extra turn. Sharp turn. As a result, he was not able to hit. He could only nudge it, but he still manages to get a quick single. Interestingly, both Shubham and Rajiv has been quick enough to latch on to any opportunity that might give them an extra single, and this is good cricket here, Vishal.
Definitely. 2 batsmen here playing positive cricket. Not trying something, just working on how it's all being done in a patient's way. Just playing simple cricket, enjoying. Just leave about the 2 wickets that have been lost in the power play overs. Just build the innings and take the score to 150 to 160.
Chirag Sisodia continuing from the school end. As you can see, Manish Kerai did not disturb the scorers. Out for a duck, Shubham Jadhav getting 5 of 6.
Shubham Chugh trying to play a sweep shot.
Vishal, on the sidelines, we understand that the Kenya team is playing Namibia A at the Pearl of Africa Cup. And I understand they've managed to score 126 runs for the loss of 6 wickets at the end of 20 overs. Do you think it's a good enough total against a team like Namibia?
We can't judge anything at this stage. We don't know how the wicket is playing in Namibia, in Uganda. But let's hope something good for the Kenyans in Uganda.
The Indian team seems to be reeling as well against England.
0 for 2.
Not the best of start that they would have expected after being after a mammoth total of close to 700 runs from England. India is trailing by almost more than 200 runs if I'm not mistaken.
Not 200, not more than 200, more than 300 I would say.
This would be a mammoth task for the Indian team. As we speak, some good bowling, sloppy keeping here. Keeper misses completely. The ball misses everything and decides to make its way past the boundary for 4 byes. Ball keeping very low. Chirag not very happy with the keeper missing the ball completely. This would not be what he would be expecting. He's already gone for yet another 9 runs in this over so far. Flighted delivery, what a cover drive. This is the favorite shot of Rajiv Sutaria. He loves that region, covers. He goes down, especially if you can see, he goes little more lower in his stance to play the spinner. And this was a lot of weight offered for him, and it was a full delivery. So he excites. He's completely excited at the prospect of seeing the ball, and he presents the full face of the bat, hitting a lovely cover drive, entertaining his team, commentators, and even the spectators.
I'm not sure if Chirag was willing to bowl that delivery. It's something that has just come off his hands. Otherwise, Chirag cannot bowl this kind of an over. End of 9, 74 for the loss of 2.
There could be a definite bowling change here, because at the moment, both Rajiv and Shubham seems to be very comfortable milking singles and getting the odd boundaries, both of Chirag as well as of Viraj. So it would be interesting to see. You can see the figures here, ladies and gentlemen. Purushottam Vekaria, 3 overs, 11 dots, 19 runs for 2 wickets. Arshdeep Kunti, 2. This is a bold move from Chirag. He wants to continue, and that's not what he would have expected Viraj to bowl. Full toss delivery, going away, giving room to a batsman of the caliber of Shubham Shah, and he makes no mistake. Hits it between the fielders, between the sweeper and the long off, and this goes all the way to the boundary for 4 runs. Runs seems to have been really started flowing for play masters, especially in the last 3 to 4 overs after losing quick 2 wickets. This is good batting here. Pushes for the single. Gets a single, gets off strike, brings in Rajiv. Viraj has been off length today, and as far as the line is also concerned. Vishal, is this what the captain and the team would have expected out of him, or they certainly would have expected better performance from him?
I think what they are trying to do is too much experiment. A misfield there by the fielder, no damage done. So both have built up an innings of 66 partnership with the second wicket being on 14 runs at the over 2.1.
See, what I've realized is both the batsmen seems to be very comfortable playing the spinners, especially the leg spinner, because I do understand the fact that he comes in for Rajiv, someone like Rajiv who likes to play more an offside dominated player. A leg spinner or a left arm spinner is someone that he would like to play because they are bowling onto his strong areas. On the contrary, if you look at someone like Shubham, he's also gone for a shot. I mean, he looks quite good to play round the wicket, but he seemed to be a little skeptical early in the innings towards the medium paces. So I do not know if they have one more medium pacer. It wouldn't be a bad ploy to bring in a medium pacer on one end, or maybe a slow medium pacer if they have one, and while keeping a spinner on the other end.
I think it would be a smart move, just rather than doing a lot of experiment with these two bowlers. They need to think something different, which I'm pretty sure Chirag Sisodia will now have to think more, as we have the strategic timeout at the 10th over.
Invariably what they have done is they are hitting a boundary of the first ball. They are attacking the first ball, which gives them, and of course I think 3 out of 4 times they succeeded in getting a boundary of the first delivery, which allowed them to even get 5 more singles in the over, making it a good 9 runs over.
That is what is needed. End of the day, not everything has to go out of the boundary, but there is something somewhere needs to be sneaked off, and obviously the bowlers are bowling 1 or 2 wrong deliveries, which the batsmen of Playmasters are making advantage of it.
We are back with the proceedings. Chirag continuing from the school end. Before the fielder collects it, 2 runs taken by Shubham Chugh. They have been keeping both themselves and the fielders busy. Chirag not opting for a change and deciding to bring himself on. Quicker delivery, pole on the seam. What a catch! What a catch from Viraj! This was an unbelievable catch, and the captain acknowledging it. This is what good cricket is, ladies and gentlemen. A slight change of delivery. Shubham decides to go after it, but what a brilliant catch. This so far to me has been one of the best catch of this tournament. And it has come in match number 8 from none other than Viraj. Take a bow.
Spectacular catch there by Viraj. At the first most thought of he's already crossed, but just diving towards the left side, grabbing a spectacular catch. Chirag Sisodia, happy man, obviously being the captain and being off his over. I think this is a welcome wicket for
Absolutely. It's a bold move from Chirag. I'm liking the way he wants to. He decided not to change himself. He knew he was at the brink of doing something great. Unfortunately, he missed out by some sloppy keeping last over, giving 4 extra byes. Otherwise, the over still was a good over from the context of the game, whereby both Rajiv and Shubham were going at almost 10 runs per over. But then to bring himself on, and what a fielding. One of the best catches we have seen so far in this tournament. Do you also have a special prize for the best catch of the tournament, Vishal?
we have all the individual awards in terms of best batsman, best bowler, best fielder. So he might be one of the contender.
Definitely in contention for one of the best catches. Running towards his right side, in fact towards his left side, towards his wrong side, even more difficult for a right-handed batsman or a right-handed player, but he takes it comfortably, and you can see from his response, he's pumped, he's charged, and so has he. These are moments that changes the complexion of the whole game, lifts the morale of the whole team.
So Pankaj Sangani, another hard-hitting batsman in to replace Shubham Chugh.
Slightly different role awarded to Pankaj Sangani. We've always seen Pankaj opening the innings most part of his life. It'll be interesting to see how he approaches playing middle order. Another lofted shot from Rajiv Sutaria. He seems to have carrying on one side. But definitely the team would expect him to play a longer role, take much needed singles, while Pankaj to do the attacking. There's no foot movement there. He was caught in the middle. I think he was totally in 2 minds, whether to go in front or to go behind, and just ended up in a stagnant position there. Same ball, same result. He wanted to go on back foot this time. Unfortunately, the ball hurried him a little bit. Especially we've seen from school end when the bowlers are coming and charging in, they are getting a little bit of extra bounce. That is hurrying the batsman a tad more.
After 11 overs, Playmasters on 80.
At the end of 11 overs, 87 runs for the loss of 3 wickets for Playmasters. And as expected, Chirag brings in his most consistent bowler in the previous game, who walked away with the award for the most number of dot balls, Nitin Arvind, off spinner. He replaces Viraj.
Coming in
They would be expecting Nitin to give them another wicket here, if not 2. Nitin knows Rajiv very well. They play for the same team in the new age Premier League franchise cricket, where Nitin is also the captain of the side. Brings in the first delivery, but couldn't stop Rajiv from getting a single there. That brings in Pankaj Sanghani to the crease. I'm extremely excited at the prospect, or rather curious at the prospect of how Pankaj is going to play Nitin, because Pankaj is a new ball batsman who would like to go after the fast bowlers, but here he's welcomed by spin bowlers. He's a misfield and seems to have been going all the way. That ball was slightly quicker. He was excited. I'm sure he's taken some cue from the previous over where Pankaj seemed to be a little lost trying to play Chirag, neither on the front nor on the back foot. So Nitin tries to bowl a similar delivery, trying to deceive Pankaj. But unfortunately, some bad fielding costed 4 runs. It was another. The fielder was also Pankaj. What a catch! What a return catch! A diving catch on his follow through. He is an extremely agile fielder. Nitin Aravind does the damage for what the captain has brought him on. Gets a wicket in his first over. Ball drifting onto his pad, trying to be a little cheeky there, or trying to just get a single, but finds a fielder. What a good catch. Full leg drive on his follow through. This is a great wicket for MAHADEV strikers and also for Nitin. What a wonderful collection. Full length delivery, not easy on his follow through, but he's a great fielder, and he has just explained to us what the reason why is he a good fielder. So back-to-back wickets in 2 overs. One, the captain doing the damage by getting the dangerous Shubham Chag, while Nitin comes in and gets Pankaj Sanghani, and that brings in another dangerous hard-hitting batsman on crease, Diya Patel. He hit some lofty sixes in his previous game. If he stays in there, which I'm sure Playmaster would be expecting him to do, he can be a dangerous customer, especially he can take on the spinners. It would be a good contest between Nitin and Diya. Let's see who prevails. Lofted shot. I think, as I was rightly telling, Nitin's height, high arm release, that bit of extra bounce and carry that he's getting from the wicket is making it slightly difficult for the batsman to play him. He's varying his length. And this is some good cricket, good bowling from him. The ball drifting away. Now brings it in, bangs it in towards his pads. Hits it back to the bowler, gets a dot ball there. So far this has been a good over. Another slightly short of a delivery. Hurrying Diya, not able to play it well. And that's the end of Nitin's first over, which has been a very good over for himself and Playmasters. I beg your pardon for MAHADEV strikers getting a wicket and giving away only 5 runs.
Coming back to bowl the 13th over for Mahadev strikers. The captain, Chirag Sisodia.
Elton, next over to go नीचे आ.
Playmasters would be feeling confident with Rajiv still being there. They would be expecting Rajiv to play another 3 to 4 overs, which would be important for their chances of making or reaching the target at 160 runs. So far, the highest total that has been chased is 152 by Pelora Dragons when they played against the same Playmasters. So Playmasters will know that Mahadev strikers have a good batting lineup as well. So they would be wanting to get a little past 160. That should make them feel confident. But what they need here is another partnership much similar to the partnership between Shubham Chak and Rajiv Sutaria. Chirag Sisodia continuing from the school end. They gets off the mark with a single there. Slightly uppish in the air. With offered. Rajiv tries to play it between the backward point and the point fielder, but hits straight to the point fielder, and he's actually signaling to his non-striker that he was trying to play it in between those fielders, but only finding the fielder eventually. Not getting a single. Dot ball from Chirag Sisodia. Slightly short of length. A faster delivery, but quick running between the wickets. That's good to see. Diya Patel running towards the danger end, but makes his ground comfortably. These both are good runners between the wickets. They would not miss any chance or any opportunity to take that single. Chirag comes in to bowl his fifth delivery. Short delivery. Bowled him. That's a wicket that Chirag would have wanted. Sends back. Dangerous Diya Patel without disturbing the scorers much. But this is a little unfortunate. Diya would consider himself a little unfortunate. I think it deflected off his thigh pad. Yes. I'm sure captain himself would be very, very excited to bring Viraj back, because he's seen that half of the side is back in the pavilion already. Maybe he might try to bring Viraj from the school end. Earlier Viraj was coming from the botanical end, where now Nitin Arvind is bowling. Slightly moving towards the leg side, but as the fielder cuts it, it will be a dot ball that brings us to the end of the 13 overs. Playmasters are on 95 runs for the loss of 5 wickets. What the Playmasters would need right now is a partnership. They know that Rajiv is still there. They need someone to play along with Rajiv Sutaria. That is going to take them further, because boundaries are not easy to come now, especially having lost 5 wickets. What a shot! What a shot! Ladies and gentlemen, this has gone miles in the air. What a start from Harish. He seems to be a man on a mission. First ball, it's flighted delivery, and he is not even having a second thought. He just goes after the delivery and finds all the way past the cow corners, and he deposits it in one of those houses there. Maybe we'll have to give a call to the organizer who might just have to pay for the windows.
A good shot there from Rish. Definitely getting the middle of the bat once again. Straight hit. Another six there by Harish. This time round straight.
This is taking the charge. He said he's had enough of watching. He said he's the man who's going to take the charge. He doesn't care who's going to bowl at him. He is going to go after the spinners. And he wants to. And these mighty blows are coming in very handy for playmasters. Because remember, 2 good overs like this and we could be looking at a completely different score.
These 2 sixes. I put a good leg side wide, sneaking away 1 run.
What he has also done is he's immediately put the bowler under pressure. Now he's out of thoughts. He bowls his first wide delivery because now he's already made him think. And this is good cricket from Harish. He decided to take the charge against the opposition. And Raji would also be welcoming it. That was slightly foolish. Raji would have wanted to get a better result out of it. But I'm sure so far this is already a good over for them, 14 runs.
This is what the playmasters will be looking at henceforth. No run taken there.
After 14 overs, the Masters 110 runs for the loss of 5 wickets.
Harish seems to be someone who's playing. He reminds me very much of Hiten Vekaria, Tonta. He goes after the spinners. The sight of spinners coming to him lights up their eye, and they just want to go after the spinners. And I've not seen much of Harish. Maybe you could put some light, Vishal, as to what is his batting style, or is he someone who goes aggressively after the spinners?
Definitely, he will go very much aggressive towards the spinners. That is why the pace has come in. They know how he's aggressive in getting out of the bowlers for the spinning side. Not easy there from the Mahadev strikers towards the batsman, henceforth from the balance 6 overs.
Coming in to bowl the 15th over for Mahadev strikers, Arshdeep Singh Kohli.
So Arshdeep Singh Kundi comes back to the attack.
I was actually looking at the previous game, and Harish played a much calmer role in the previous game. He scored 10 runs of 11 deliveries, but today's game he seems to be totally in a different mood. So I'm a little perplexed. Is Harish playing the way he plays today, or does he usually play the way he was playing the previous game?
No, he usually plays the way he's playing today. Anything on the slot will definitely be hit out of. But there'll be a bit of a slowdown after the medium paces have come in.
Third man fielder cuts it. Gets Harish another single. Harish would be calculating that yes, while Arshdeep has 2 overs to go, and I believe Purushottam has 1 more over to go, so there would be a spinner coming in at least for another 3 overs. They would need to bring in spinners. So Harish, what the playmasters would expect Harish is to plan carefully, wait for the spinners, because they will be coming at some stage. And here there's a run out here. This is the least expected for them, and that of Rajiv Sutaria. What a run out here.
Mahadev strikers picking up the
And it is Purushottam Vekaria back in action. Although he was not bowling, direct hit from him. And marks the end of Rajiv Sutaria. What a throw. Rajiv seems to have no clue. He was not expecting it to hit the stumps.
And the surprising thing is, Purushottam has hit the other side of the stump and not the closer one next to him. As you can see the reply, he's hit the other side of the wicket. And to hit the wicket from that side, you're only seeing one wicket and not three. And he's hit the other side of the wicket, which shows that the fielding side or the fielding has been exceptional from them.
This is excellent cricket. Some great fielding, as I told you before, which has changed the complexion of this game. First, two great catches, one from Viraj, followed up by another good catch on his bowling follow through from Nitin Arvind, and now Purushottam Vekaria. Like we say, one brings two and two brings three. This is some great feeling from Mahadev strikers, and this is changing the whole complexion of this game in their favor. The coach David SCG walking past the comm box, he would be a happy man looking at the fielding of Mahadev strikers. Reaches out, it was going far away from the batsman. Bhavesh Varsani still manages to get a single, brings in, or rather it was Harish who gets a single, brings in Bhavesh Varsani. Tell us about this young lad, Vishal, Bhavesh Varsani.
So Bhavesh Varsani plays for Swami Bappa in the Division 1. Off spinner and also likes batting. At this stage, he also loves doing the rotation. He's capable of batting, and what needs to come into place is how Harish reacts to the situation at this point of the game.
That's a wild swing. That seems to be a wild swing from Bhavesh Varsani. His captain would be expecting him to be playing a bit more sensibly. Arshdeep steaming in again, right on the money. He's attacking the stumps here. Maybe he's definitely excited to attack the stumps now because he saw the first shot from Bhavesh where he was completely going across. Arshdeep testing him on the stumps. Interesting to see how he's going to come now. Length delivery, and Bhavesh makes no mistakes. This is what he would have wanted, and Arshdeep just feeding him on his strong area, and he makes no mistake. Gets 4 runs through the cow corner. Coach David SCG immediately shouting from the pavilion, "This is not what we expect you to do," and rightfully so. At the end of 15 overs, 117, the run rate looks very, very, very steady. Unfortunately, Playmasters have lost a little more wickets than they would have expected. They've lost 6 wickets. And last to go was Rajiv Sutaria, who was looking good for a good 50. Courtesy some great fielding from Purushottam Vekaria. Rajiv would definitely feel disappointed with him. He was almost on the verge of a good 50. He had played hard for that knock. He had done the hard yards, played some beautiful shots off his back foot. Hit a great 6 and then some real good boundaries, flourishing boundaries. He was looking good and poised. But he still managed to play a good cameo for his team. That was a well-deserved half century cut short by Purushottam, who can be seen in action now. He's back. An opportunity being realized by Chirag, the captain. He brings in both of his pacers. Purushottam coming in for his last over, because Chirag realizes if he gets another wicket or two, this could be the last pair that could be batting. Then he would want to expose the tail and finish them early and not wait for 20 overs. Purushottam steaming in again for his next delivery. Slightly more fuller width offered. We saw Shubham earlier hitting a lovely drive, getting 4 runs between the point and the cover fielder on a similar delivery in the first over of Purushottam. We're having a slightly different batsman right now, and Harish would be wanting anything. I don't think he would be coming on length to Harish. He would be rather bowling a little more fuller. He comes in. Harish sees an opportunity there. He hits the stumps. He hits the deck slightly away. The ball moving away from Harish. He wanted to belt it above the point, but only manages to find the fielder at third man, gets him off strike, brings in Bhavesh. The way Bhavesh has been playing the previous over, I feel he should be also excited about the prospect of Purushottam, because he likes to hit the deck. And this is exactly what he has done. He's hit it to the same area, but this time there's a protection. Chirag has added an extra fielder there because he realizes that that's an area that Bhavesh seems to be targeting. And this time restricting Bhavesh only for a single. Harish back on strike. Length delivery again from Purushottam, but this time coming in, cramping the batsman for room. He tries to nudge it, lucky enough to not have found in the edge. Otherwise, Hiren was ready to latch on to anything that comes to his way. He is someone who wouldn't miss many. Purushottam coming to deliver his last ball of his over. And this time, smart cricket from Harish. He was trying to aim that side before. A little more width offered this time. As you can see from the replay, he was trying to be cheeky. Width offered, and he makes no mistake.
After 16 overs,
Gets it past the wicketkeeper, and that the moment it left off his bat, it was 4 runs written over it. It's a quick outfield at the Sri Kachileo Patel Samaj. And this is 4 good runs, getting Playmasters past the 120 mark with 4 more overs pending. And Purushottam having done his quota. It would be interesting to see that who fills in those couple of overs, because I believe there are 2 overs still from Arshdeep, or maybe 1 over. There's a bowling change as we speak. Mansukh Varsani comes in. Chirag would still want the last couple of overs, or last 1 over from Arshdeep for the 19th or the 20th over.
Mansukh Varsani.
Another medium pacer comes in. Length delivery, but not getting the bounce that Bhavesh would have expected. Tries to go to the same area. He's actually played the same area for all his runs that he has scored so far. The keeper comes in, the keeper comes up. He's coming up to the stumps. He realizes it's a slow medium pacer. And also, Harish seems to have been using his crease to his advantage. So to prevent him from doing so, Hiren has come up to the stumps. A big heave on the offside from Harish. Misses it completely. It's a good ploy from Chirag. He realizes that Harish has been using the crease. He's been moving around the crease. disturbing the bowlers, adjusting the lengths. This might just be an over that Harish should want to target. But some good bowling here. Mansukh seems to be on the money for this captain Chirag. He's already bowled 2 dot balls. Harish would be getting some message from the team dugout that to stay in there, hang in there. Even if there is an odd over that might go for 3 or 4 runs, they would still want him to stay there till the end. If they can even get 1 over with 15 runs, while they can manage 6 runs per over in the remaining overs, they should still be eyeing at least to go past 150 mark. Mansukh comes in. Good shot. And it has found the boundary. It didn't look like it might go past the boundary, but a good hit. Uses his bottom hand to guide it towards the point region, and that's 4 runs for Harish. That bottom hand comes into play there again. Strong player of his bottom hand. Another shot there. And there seems to be no fielder up there. And this is yet another 4 runs. Strongly, bottom hand strongly dominating. This time he walks down the track. Doesn't care if the keeper is up. Finds it on the middle of his bat. Hits it towards the mid-wicket region and gets 4 runs. This is 4 welcome runs for his team and also for him. Gets his team past the 130 mark. They must be looking now to get past the 140 runs. Last ball of Mansukh's over. Length delivery misses completely. Surprises him. It came in sharp. A little assistance from the wicket. Looks like it was on the seam. And at the end of 17 overs, the score of Play Masters is 132 for the loss of 6 wickets.
After 17 overs, Play Masters on 132 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. Coming into bowl the 18th over for MAHADEV strikers, Harshdeep Singh Purvi.
Big heave from Bhavesh there. Misses completely. And finds a third man fielder. He was trying to hit the same area, but the ball moving slightly away from him. Ball going away. Still gets a single, brings in Harish. That's what Playmaster would expect him to bring Harish on strike. Harish playing down the ground. He realizes that he wants to get Arshdeep off. And then he still have 2 overs to go. This is smart batting from him. Arshdeep, another strike bowler for MAHADEV strikers, coming for his last over. Again a wild swing from Bhavesh. Missing it completely. And Arshdeep also realizing that he's trying to target the cow corner and mid-wicket region. is bowling on the 5th or the 6th stump. Is not coming onto his arc, bowling away from him. This time shuffles, he hits it, the ball goes in the air but drops in no man's land. Bhavesh still gets 2 runs, he wouldn't mind it, and so would the Playmasters, because anything that comes in for them is much welcomed at this point in time. 2 more runs added to the total of Playmasters, pushing them to 136. They would be happy if they can get a boundary in this over. This was a length delivery. This is what Bhavesh would have wanted. He was just not able to connect it well. The ball hurried him a little bit. And Arshdeep so far has been bowling a good over in the contest of the game. Comes off the middle, goes high in the air. There's a fielder converging under it, Nitin Arvind, and he gets him. He wouldn't miss many. He's a good fielder there. Good, it was a skyer, but he collects it calmly. Dismisses Bhavesh Varsani. But I'm sure the Playmasters would not mind it at this stage, because they still have Harish on the other end. The coach, David SCG, trying to give some message to the captain from the stands. We see Nitin coming back onto the attack. Harish back on strike. This would be an interesting contest. I'd like to welcome Vishal back into the comm box. Vishal, Harish went after Nitin in the previous delivery. In the previous over from the botanical end, but this time Chirag is bringing him from the school end. Change of end, giving him the comfort of a longer boundary. So it would be interesting to see how Harish would be approaching this over.
I think they'll still have to go hard wherever it is. 2 overs, at least let's try and get to 150 the way Chirag had promised at the toss, saying we would like to restrict Playmasters within 150 runs.
This over would be the most crucial over in this context of the game, I have a feeling, because this is the over where I feel Harish is going to cut loose. First ball hits it past the point fielder. Harish is going to be relentless in his pursuit of getting his team to get past 150 in this over, because I have a feeling that he's going to go after every delivery in this over.
Did you notice something, that Nitin Arvind trying to bowl away from the batsman, which did not give any to Harish, just putting his bat, getting room. Another shot.
That's good running between the wickets. 2 runs. This is Harish and Harish on both ends. There's Harish Asani and Harish Rabadia. So what the team would be expecting Harish Rabadia is to get Harish Asani back on strike every time there is a chance. Because the more deliveries Harish plays, it is good for his team, especially in this over.
Also, Harish Rabadia is also good in hitting up in the air. Looks to be a safe shots here. Another 2 runs. So already 8 runs of the over, of the 3 deliveries so far.
8 runs of 3 deliveries. Harish is going to attack because this is the 19th over and already at 144. If they could get couple of boundaries more, I'm telling you, team Playmasters are going to be very, very happy. As far as team Mahadev strikers are concerned, they would be wanting Nitin to get the wicket of Harish Asani. Missing his run up there. Harish Asani seems to have been completely intimidating the bowler.
I'm telling you, if Nitin Arvind gives him a zone, you definitely high. Another attempt, catch by Viraj Deepak Yadav. Unfortunate this time around, not getting a hand. A boundary there.
Was it a tough catch or was it just that he completely misunderstood or could not judge it well?
Looks to me a very tough catch there.
Absolutely, yes. He was actually running towards his wrong end. He went for a one-handed catch using his left hand but just couldn't make it, and gives 4 more runs. This is so far already a good over for Playmasters. 12 runs of 4 deliveries with 2 more balls remaining. The physio has been called in the meanwhile. He seems to have injured him slightly, but he walks up. He had a bad fall but seems to be okay. This is good news for Mahadev strikers because he would expect him to come back and bat for them as well. He's a good all-rounder, so I'm sure Chirag would be very happy at the prospect of seeing him getting up and walking. Seems to be a little bit of an impact of the fall that he's had while he was going for the catch.
As
2
we
more
s-
deliveries. What is your prediction, Vishal?
As we speak, 148 on board already. I think to the batsmen, they might be targeting 160 runs as projected score 159. They yet have 8 deliveries on board. Even if they take another 8 deliveries to 10 runs, the score could be no
He's
run
been
taken there.
returned. Harish Rabadia wanted a single there, but returned back by Harish Asani with some good fielding. But I'm sure the team Playmasters would be happy with Harish Asani on strike because they would want him on strike on the remaining all the deliveries.
High up in the air. Is there a field underneath?
Another drop
throw.
here. Same fielder. He drops it again the second time. This was hit high in the air. This seems to me it was a skyer, but seems to be a regulation catch. At this level, they would have the fielder would have been expected to get it because remember Viraj is a good fielder, but unfortunately he missed it completely. Gives a second life to Harish Asani, and this is not what the Mahadev strikers would have expected out of him.
So 150 on board already. Nitin Arvind being expensive.
I think to be fair on him, there was a lot of misfielding. If those runs, those catches had been converted, those boundaries had been stopped, he would have had a completely different figure from Nitin Arvind. Especially except for that previous over that he came from the botanical end where Harish went after him. This over was pretty good in the context of the game. He played a good shot in the first ball, but the rest of the deliveries there was at least couple of wickets that went begging.
But the Playmasters have come very much improvement on side, losing wickets in power plays. The partnership was built up. Now that partnership has brought something into the consideration of the Playmasters, scoring at least 150 runs on board.
And what has seriously impressed me is this cameo from Harish Asani. He came in when they were 5 down or almost 6 down, but what an innings he's playing. This is one hell of an innings that he's playing for his team. 42 runs of 23 deliveries. He's already made a great impact for his team. Hits it, gets it connected, and this is 4 runs, ladies and gentlemen. It is all happening here. Sri Kachileo Patel Samaj. This is, and that brings in 46 runs and also 155 runs on board with another 4 more deliveries. It's all happening here at the Sri Kachileo Patel Samaj grounds. Runs are coming off the bat of Rahul Asani. Harish Asani. Another same delivery. He would have missed out. He would have considered himself to have missed out on that delivery. Not happy with himself. But what matters for Playmasters is that he still has 3 deliveries to play. Even if he could get one of them towards the boundary, they would still be happy to have posted almost 160 runs on board.
Definitely at least three deliveries to go. And 5 runs needed. I think this should be a 2-run.
2 is the call. Even his teammates are shouting from the team dugout that 2 in Gujarati, and 2 it is. 157 with 2 more deliveries. For Playmasters, they would be expecting Harish to get at least 1 past the boundary rope, and that would also mark his 50 runs. And what a most valuable 50 this has been in the course of the game. If they go past 160, they would need to thank this man on the screen. Harish Asani hits it hard. That's a throw, a wild throw. Harish, will he make it for the second run? He makes it. That's his 50, ladies and gentlemen. Take a bow. Harish Asani, what a 50 this has been. 27 deliveries and his teammates applauding, and why shouldn't they? This is one of the best 50s I've seen in this game throughout in this tournament so far, and this is a very valuable 50 because this has made sure that his team gets past 160.
Some handy innings there from Harish Asani. So 160 on board as we expected, and there it is. I think Playmasters will be an exciting factor here for the Playmasters.
Manish would be a very happy captain. He told you at the toss, I am targeting 160, we're targeting 160. And look at this man on the screen, Harish Asani, who made it possible for them. And not to forget, he was supported well by Rajiv Sutaria. He missed his half century by a few runs. But take a bow, ladies and gentlemen, Harish Asani, he is the man for the moment.
Absolutely, 28 deliveries, 51. A good massive innings here by Harish. We'll be back shortly with the chase of Mahadev Strikers, 161 on board.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after a valiant knock from ladies and gentlemen, once again after a valiant knock from Harish Asani, which took the Playmasters to 160 runs for the loss of 7 wickets at the end of 20 overs. We are here for the chase now. To lead the chase,
Before we begin, can we make some noise for Playmasters? One more time, Playmasters! Can we make some noise for MAHADEV strikers? One more time, MAHADEV strikers! Let's play.
so Kush Vikaria to start the proceedings for Mahadev Strikers. And it is the captain, Chirag Sisodia himself, who's come taking responsibility, and partnering with him is Nitin Arvind. Both of them gave a good start in the previous game, making a good power play. It will be interesting to see how they approach this game. Short delivery and immediately pouncing on it. Chirag Sisodia sees an opportunity, hits it past towards between the mid wicket and the square leg. He would not miss any opportunity of that sort, and gets 4 important runs for himself and his team. It would be very interesting to see how Kush Kerai goes after his business, because Chirag is a very experienced batsman and he's coming from a good knock in the first game.
Bowling the first over for Playmasters, Kush Kerai.
Kush walks in for his second delivery. This is the length that he would expect Kush to bowl. The ball shaping in nicely. Gets it to shape in. This ball was right on the money. Kush comes into bowl. Full delivery, but hit straight to the fielder, Manish Kerai, collecting it comfortably, and that's a dot ball added. Three dot deliveries and a boundary. So far, Playmasters would be quite content with how Kush is bowling. Comes in for his fifth delivery, drifting towards the leg, getting it to move in. He would have been wanting to get the line slightly towards middle and leg stump, but it was drifting farther towards the leg side, but not getting sabotaged by Chirag Sisodia. Chirag still manages to get a single. Having a bit of a chat with the senior pro, Shubham Chag. Shubham Chag understands that Nitin Arvind is an attacking batsman, so he is assisting the young Kush Kerai with a bit of advice. Immediately heeding to the advice, Kush Kerai makes the changes. He would want to move it slightly away from Nitin Arvind, but interestingly they have not got a slip in place. I'm a little surprised with that approach from the captain. Steaming in Kush, showing some aggression, and that's the end of the first over. Score moves to 5 runs for no loss. We have the coach of Mahadev Strikers hovering around. He has a smile on his face, and why not? Two of his best players are there on the wicket. Always a man with a smile on his face, David Asiji.
Thank you.
Coming left arm round to you.
Bowling the second over for Playmasters, Vipin Victoria.
Whip in to start the proceedings for the second over. A slight misfield here. And that would be a single to Chirag Sisodia. Whip in bowling from the school end. And with a little bit of extra bounce that he's getting from this side, his captain would be excited to see how he's bowling to Nitin Arvind. He was a bit on the expensive side on the previous game, conceding 37 runs in his allotted 4 overs against the Palora Dragons. Kush Kerai on the other side was quite consistent even in his previous game, giving only 15 runs in 3 overs, getting 2 wickets for Playmasters. Nitin Arvind, a dangerous opening batsman, doesn't hold himself back from playing his shots. Gets past, gets the scoreboard ticking, moves to 1 run from 2 deliveries. Last game saw Chirag Sisodia and Nitin going after the bowlers in the power play. And they would be expecting to have a good power play if they were to chase the score. This would be the biggest or the highest score to have been chased. Chirag walks down the track, loves it in the air. It would be interesting to see the whole crowd is chanting the name Chirag. We hear a lot of noise from his teammates. The dugout, which is sitting next to the com box here. Chirag walks down the track, flicks it, a lofted flick. There's no fielder there and gets 4 runs. Chirag has been drawing caution to the winds with his approach. This is a signal of something big to come from Chirag Sisodia. Vipin steaming in. Good delivery, good comeback. Chirag acknowledging it with a nod on his head. He acknowledges that it was a good delivery from Vipin. Bringing it in for the right-handed batsman. Much would depend on Chirag if the team, Mahadev strikers are to... He steps down the track again and now towards the offside. What a brilliant shot. This reminds me of Virat Kohli. This is a shot that he would be very proud of. Walks down the track, hits it between the cover and the extra cover fielder. The 2 covers manning the area, but they would only be a spectator. The ball walks past the boundary. What a shot. Chirag Sisodia. What a player. As I told you viewers, he's already drawn caution to the winds with the previous delivery, and he is not going to slow down. He realizes that he has to take the charge, and he is leading from the front as the captain. And that's... Now there's a lot of thought process in the mind of Vipin. He would be wanting to see what is his response. Short delivery. Pulls it off the back foot. And it goes all the way. This is the first 6 from Chirag Sisodia. What a player, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful player. He has brought the crowd alive. He's brought this ground alive today. He's brought the combox alive. Some fabulous hitting. Short ball. And gets the treatment. He makes no mistake. He goes after it. He has made this to be a great over to support the cause of Mahadev strikers.
After 2 overs, Mahadev strikers on 21 runs for no loss. Mahadev strikers require 140 runs to win in 108 balls.
A lot of thought must be going through the minds of Manish Kerai. He speaks to Kush. He would be expecting a good over from Kush because last over went for almost more than 15 runs. And this time it's Nitin getting into the act. That's lofts it high in the air. There's a fielder converging down. And he holds on to it. Bhavesh. A lot of juggle in his hands, but finally he prevails. He holds on to it. Kush Kerai providing much needed wicket to the likes of Play Masters. And we can see a happy Cam there. Smiling Cam there. They all know the importance of this wicket. He can be a dangerous customer in the early overs, as we have seen in the previous game. But a big wicket here of Nitin Arvind. He has to walk back. Courtesy some great fielding. And Kush Kerai, the bowler. The captain Manish would be very happy. He would have whispered something in the ears of Kush Kerai, and Kush Kerai delivering it when it needed the most. And this is after a 16-run over from Vipin Vikaria. You can look at the face of Manish. Each time there was a fumble, he had his eyes lit up, his mouth wide open. He was hoping that the fielder somehow collects it. And what a sigh of relief from Manish Kerai, the captain, when he just held on to it finally. Cricket is not for the weak-hearted, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see this game. We have an interesting prospect of a big game here. Going down to the wire. Brings in the dangerous Haren Kerai. He's known for playing his shots. He's been promoted this game because they know the importance of this power play, and they would want someone to utilize the power play along with Chirag. Good start. Good start from Kush Kerai here. Not giving any room at all to Harendra Kerai, who also loves to free his arms. A familiar name in the cricketing circuit of Nairobi, Harendra Kerai. Kush walks in again. Getting a little bit, in fact, good shape of the ball. Bringing it in to Harendra. But missing leg completely, but still manages to get a single. Gets past to the non-striker. And as for Mahadev strikers, they would be hoping Chirag to get the line strike. Kush steaming in again. With Tofford. Missed out completely. Chirag wouldn't be very happy or very pleased with himself. He would have expected that to smash it past the point fielder. Also looks at the umpire with the dismay, but very same length, hits it hard on the rise. What a shot from the batsman. Chirag is treating the crowd to some great delight here. Pitched up, hit on the rise above the point fielder. Lovely looking shot from Chirag, gets him 4 more runs and gets 4 more runs also to the total of Mahadev strikers. Chirag still realizing that this power play is of great importance to them. He doesn't want to slow down, and his team would also expect him to continue playing the way it is. Kush walks in again, but this time there is a run out call here. Oh, misses it completely. It's all happening here. This could have been a direct hit. If it was a direct hit, we would have seen the batsman walking back to the pavilion. The non-striker was on his way. He was charging in. Chirag refuses. This is all happening here, but finally the keeper missing the stumps. If he would have hit the stumps, it is very clear from the replay that the batsman would have been walking back to the pavilion. A very eventful over there from Kush Kerai, and at the end of the over, after 3 overs, the score moves to 26 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Coming back to bowl the 4th over for Grandmasters, Eugene Beccaria.
Coming left up round. Center.
Kenya is fighting it out there. Namibia A needing 3 runs from the last delivery. Francis Mutua bowling the last ball of the last over. Nicely driven down by Harendra, but he only manages to find the fielder there, Rajiv Sutaria. Francis Mutua bowled him, and Kenya wins their match against Namibia A. That's a single taken here. Much needed victory for Kenya here against Namibia A. It was a game of nerves and Kenya prevailing. It is Francis Mutua delivering the final blow in the coffin, final nail in the coffin for Team Kenya, and Team Kenya winning it, ladies and gentlemen. A crucial encounter against Namibia A in the Pearl of Africa tournament. And back in action here, we are getting back to our game here. A big swing. Did it miss completely? The keeper missing it, batsman missing it. Waiting for the umpire signal. Seems to be an edge there. Keeper failing to collect it. What a delivery. Harendra looking to drive through the line, missing it completely because of the swing. Vipin making some finer adjustments in the field. There is a stoppage in play. Is it the crowd there? Umpires are seeing, I think there's someone walking past the side screen which has been affecting the batsman's view. Harendra has been complaining and they're trying to move the crowd away from the side screen. This has led to a stoppage of play, but we'll be resuming soon. Looks like it's been sorted out and batsman getting back on his strike, and Vipin will be running in again. Now this time, well collected by Pankaj Sangani. It will be interesting to see the umpire signal. Umpire signals it a wide. Wide it is. He's been bowling in this particular trajectory. Now what he's trying to do, he's seen that Harendra wants to play through the line. He's trying to bringing it in, but this time it's really going past the leg stump. Yeah, and this is the length that he would be expecting to do. Outside, or maybe to from the fourth stump, he brings it in, gets it to shape, making it difficult for Harendra to play through the line. And this time Vipin succeeding in doing that. And which brings us to the last ball of this over. So far this has been a good over from Vipin. Interesting to see how he's going to finish up. Harendra walks down the track, not getting the elevation, not getting what he would want to do. He wanted it to pierce through the gap, much like what Chirag did earlier, piercing between the covers and the extra cover fielder, but this time holds on to the fielder directly, gets it still for a single there. At the end of 4 overs, score moves to 30 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. And as expected, they are bringing in their ace left arm spinner, D.A. Patel. They would be expecting D.A. to get them another wicket here. He doesn't offer any room, any width. He has a very strong arm ball and he gets it a little bit of extra bounce because of his height, and this wicket definitely will offer him a little more comfort, and it would be a very interesting over, ladies and gentlemen, especially with Harendra on crease. He is someone who'd like to go after the bowling, and even Chirag seems to be in a mode to go after the bowling, but they can be a very, very handy campaigner for Team Playmasters, as he has shown in the previous game.
Oh yes!
He must consider himself lucky there. It was a full toss. Unfortunately, Harendra would have felt that he would have missed out on that. This would have been a relief shot for him. He coming for his second delivery. A bit of room offered there, unlike the day we know. And Harendra rocks onto his back foot, punches it between the covers and the extra covers, and it had 4 written all over it the moment it left his bat. Handsome looking shot from Harendra Kerai. In the previous game, D.A. Patel bowled 4 overs, considered only 17 runs, and got himself 2 crucial wickets. Catches the call, but it lands slightly ahead of the point fielder. Harish Asani the man who did all the damage for Playmasters against Mahadev strikers in this game, making sure they get past the 160 mark.
Hey, chal. Room nahi bhau.
Here comes in again.
Yes, boy.
This is the delivery that we know him for. Hit down the ground. There's a fielder, there's a protection there. This over has been, he's not been in his best so far.
Nah, nahi mari
But it'll be
શકે.
interesting to see. This would be a great contest. And there is a very, very thinking bowler. He would not shy away from such a contest. He would definitely attack Chirag Sisodia. And Chirag attacks him.
બરાબર છે.
He knew where the fielders were.
છે.
It was slightly fuller in length, and Chirag has been, as I said in the previous overs, he has been right on the money. He is not missing any opportunity. He steps down, in fact, creates a little bit of room, and he hits it with the spin past the extra cover fielder, and it had 4 runs written all over it the moment it left his bat. So far, the Mahadev strikers prevailing in this over against DA. He's coming to the last ball of his over. He steps out and hits it.
અંદર રાખ.
Room offered, and Harendra would punish you if you are offering him room. And this is what he does, and this is very clear from his response. He was not happy with himself. Gives him room, smashes it between the point and the cover fielder. 4 runs. It's been an expensive over so far for the Playmasters. They conceding 13 runs in his first over. And with that, the Mahadev strikers moves on to 43 at the end of 5 overs. For the Playmaster, they would be expecting their bowlers to deliver, Vipin to deliver 1 good over, not conceding much runs, to be able to get off with this power play. This is the last over of power play, and Mahadev strikers would be looking to score big in this over. Cheeky there. He realizes that he was coming in with the angle. Harendra was really observing, and this is some smart cricket. He realized that he's coming in with an angle. He's trying to attack his pads, so he was quick to shuffle. He moved on to his off stump. In fact, went past his off stump and uses the trajectory of the bowler and guides it towards the fine leg with a nice scoop. Gets him 4 runs. That's a full toss. Waiting to see the umpire signal. Seems to be a legal delivery. Interesting to see, was it a slow full toss, or was it just the ball just went off his hands? The ball dipping down. Umpire is not interested. Harendra looking at the leg umpire. 5 runs from 2 deliveries here. Vipin seems to be on the money so far. After the first ball being hit for 4 runs. With some great batting. With some great skills being displayed here by Harendra. So far he's been looking good. He's hit 2 good shots in Dia's over, and now he followed it up with an excellent scoop. Vipin immediately realizing that, changes his length, tries to bowl it much closer to middle stump, brings it in from outside the off stump. He comes in for his next delivery. So far, slightly short, but just tips in short of the fielder. It was a good effort there from the fielder, trying to dive to his front. It will be interesting to see the replay here. Short delivery, didn't get what he would have expected. Just falling short of the fielder. But still gets a single. It was the captain Manish Kerai trying to dive and get the catch. Pankaj deciding to come up to the stump. Short delivery and welcome by Chirag. A huge hit from Chirag. A mighty 6. That's yet another maximum from Chirag. You cannot afford to stray into his strong zone. He welcomes it with 4 hands, not even 2. Deposits into the river. Much needed 6. And they would be happy with this because so far the power play has been with this shot going in favor of Mahadev strikers who are already on 56 runs. And at the end of 6 overs, Mahadev strikers would be very happy to be having 56 runs on the board for the loss of 1 wicket. They have a well-set Chirag Sisodia, and what a knock he's playing. 40 runs from just 18 deliveries. He's delighted his own team and the crowd present at the Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj ground to some great entertainment. And with him joining the party is Harendra Kerai, who's been looking good, scoring 14 runs from 15 deliveries.
Coming back to bowl the 7th over for Playmasters, Jay Patel.
बराबर
Jay Patel comes for his second over.
हसीन
There's a fielder down there because he realizes that Chirag has been targeting that area. And he's got the cushion of bowling after the power play now and gets 2 runs of the first delivery, Harendra. They're coming for his second delivery. Oh, some good spin and bounce. That ball hurried onto him. We can see there's an extra spin there and the bounce. Harendra completely caught in surprise. Lucky enough not to have hit straight to the fielder there. He comes in for his next delivery.
देखा जनीस
There's a protection down there for that shot of Harendra. Rocks onto his back foot. Hits to the covers.
अमावाजी
They must also be thinking that he needs to bowl a little more.
चल
Would it be interesting to see if he can bowl a little more quicker, considering Harendra has been consistently going on his back foot.
देखा
Chirag hitting it.
ये जे
2 is the call. And they make that 2 comfortably. This is good cricket from Chirag Sisodia. We are getting to see some great running between the wickets from Chirag, along with some good shots as well. We might just see the fastest 50 of this tournament
if it's on this side
so far. With the way Chirag is going, 42 runs of just 19 deliveries. He is been playing one hell of an innings for his team. Steps out, straight up in the air. 1 bounce for Chirag Sisodia. Ladies and gentlemen, what a player he has been so far.
गुड बॉल आता
He's realizing it was great anticipation. He saw the ball coming in, creates room, steps out, hits it past the extra covers. In fact, finding the gap between the extra cover and the long off, gets another 4 runs.
देखा हरी
Steps out again but realizes that there was width offered and that he's cuts it, and that's this 50. What a 50 this has been. 21 deliveries, 50. This brings the fastest 50 of this tournament so far. And he acknowledges it. And he wants to get on with his business because he realizes that he needs to stay there if his team has to win this. And he sees himself to be the man who will take his team through. Brilliant 50 from Chirag Sisodia. If you were to see a replay, a highlight of some of his shots, he's treated the crowd to some great shots. What a shot it was. He steps down early, realizes that it's going away from him, makes adjustment, hits it between the point and the covers, brings his 50, and also takes his team to 69 runs, who are almost hovering around 10 runs per over. This is a great start for Mahadev strikers, courtesy their captain Chirag Sisodia.
20, 20, 20, 20. થોડો કામો બસ
Coming in to bowl the 8th over for Playmakers, Shubham Shah.
भाई भाई भाई
હરીશ
5 ऊपर आओ जो 5 स्टेप ऊपर एक
Short delivery, punched in the back foot by Chirag Sisodia, gets a single, brings back Harendra on strike.
આવો એ વિપિન બસ
Shubham Shah comes in, bowls his second delivery here,
નાઈસ
flicks it off his pad, gets a single here,
કમ ઓન બોયઝ
and that brings Harendra back on strike here. There's a change in bowling here, ladies and gentlemen. Shubham Shah is coming from the school end. So far, Mahadev strikers are going to be very happy with the way their batsmen have went on with the chase. Shubham Shah comes in again, pushes Harendra to his back foot. He would be easily playing on his back foot throughout the day because he seemed very comfortable on his back foot. But this time there's a slight difference.
well done શોભે
catch
That's hit in the air. The fielder converges, gets a single there.
भाई watch
Harendra moves. It's been very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, to see the way these two batsmen are going about the chase. They realize, and the wicket is playing very well. It's been coming nicely onto the bat, and the batsmen have. We've been delighted to see some great batting from Chirag Sisodia. He's batting on 51 from just 22 deliveries. Shubham walks in. That's a quicker delivery. Comes in straight towards Chirag. Chirag hits it
બાઉન્સ પહેલા આગળ
before the
તો
fielder could take it and throw it back. It was yet another single. Now this over has been a good over so far in the context of the game because Shubham has been able to keep them silent. But the batsmen are still milking those singles, and this is all what they need at this point in time. Going for a reverse sweep, a switch hit here. I beg your pardon, it's a reverse sweep that he was trying to do. Harendra was not able to execute it completely, but still gets a single, and that brings us to the end of the 8th over. Score moves on to 74 for the loss of 1 wicket.
74 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Mahadev strikers require 87 runs to win
નાખે છે અમને ટ્રાય કરાવી જો એક ઓવર ઓલા મીડિયમ પેસર આપણા this over પહેલું નાખે છે હમણાં કે કમી નહીં hold tight to him you get him off
There's a Diya Patel coming back. This is bold captaincy, much similar to what was being done by Chirag. On one side, when Viraj was going for runs, Chirag himself was going for runs. They kept coming at the batsman and they got the much needed breakthrough which stopped the flow of runs. And this is what the play masters would be expecting of Diya at this point in time. He's been a great bowler for them, but so far this match they would expect him to deliver this over. There's a bit of extra bounce there, but quick run between the wickets. What they would be expecting is to get Chirag. If Playmasters can get this wicket right now, they would definitely be fancying their chances, because the more Chirag stays there, he's looking to take the game away from Playmasters. But what an innings it has been. It has been a delight to watch this man on Chirag Sisodia, who has been looking so fluent. We've been entertained by him. The crowd has been entertained by him. Even the opponent team would have to definitely acknowledge as a spectator the quality of cricket that has been brought on this ground by none other than Chirag Sisodia. What a player, ladies and gentlemen. Some fielding changes being made by Diya Patel. He seems to be a man on a mission right now, having some plan. What a shot here! Steps down, hits it! What a play! Chirag Sisodia steps down the ground, out of the ground, and that's yet another six. What a shot this is! He's created room and hit it past the bowler. This is great hitting, ladies and gentlemen, and he seems to be a man on a mission. We have been, this is delightful cricket brought to you live at Sri Kachile Patel Samaj by none other than the player himself, Chirag Sisodia, the captain of MAHADEV Strikers, taken the charge himself, taken the responsibility himself, and right now there's a lot of discussion going on. I wouldn't be wanting to be in the shoes of Hiren Manish Kera at this point in time, because there would be a big discussion going on right now. We see Shubham converging in. There's a discussion going on near the wicket keeper, because right now they would want to see the return of Chirag Sisodia, because the way he's playing, I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes this game in 15 or 16 overs. The stadium has all been Chirag Sisodia today. What an innings he's played, one of the best so far that we have seen in this tournament. He's been relentless in his pursuit. Diya Patel comes in, he steps out again, and this is going all the way. Yes, it does. Remember the name, this is Chirag Sisodia. Boy, what a player he is. He seems to be relentless. He is not stopping. And you have to feel for the bowler, and this is not bad bowling. This is some extraordinary batting that you are getting to see at this ground today, courtesy Chirag Sisodia. Ladies and gentlemen, this stadium has been brought alive with some great hitting from Chirag Sisodia. This is unbelievable hitting. This is carnage, ladies and gentlemen. This is demolition.
He's coming left arm over to you.
He is coming with a barrage of shots.
Pass.
Some good delivery here. They immediately varying the length, but not supported by the bowler. The ball is rushing, and it's yet another boundary. You have to feel for the bowler. After being hit for 2 sixes, he comes back, brings in a good delivery, and inside edge, and the batsman gets 4. Everything happening right here for Mahadev strikers, and also for Chirag Sisodia, the captain. If you were Playmaster supporter, you would be hoping for some kind of luck for Playmasters at this point in time. Slightly short of length. Chirag seems to have latched onto it immediately, but still finds the fielder Shubham Jadhav. Still gets a single, and that brings us to the last ball of this delivery. So far, this has been very expensive over, with 18 runs conceded in this over. Harendra trying to hit it, not finding the middle of the bat, but still gets a single, hits it to the long on. That brings us to the end of 9 overs, and the score is already on a 93. What this hitting or this counter attack from Chirag Sisodia, what has done, it has invariably pushed down the run rate to 6 runs per over, and Mahadev strikers would be feeling very, very comfortable at this point in time, and they would be really looking forward to finish this early if Chirag Sisodia stays in there for longer. This is not what the Playmasters would have wanted for the game to look like after scoring 160 runs. It was one man who decided that I'm going to spoil the party. It was none other than the opponent captain himself, Chirag Sisodia. A chance went begging there. It was missed from the hands of Shubham Chak. He would have wanted to collect it. Unfortunately, on his follow through, he was not able to get it. That was Harendra Kerai trying to hit it past the bowler.
Well done, Subi. Sam.
It brings back Chirag on strike.
Yes.
Quicker delivery, bit of an extra bounce. Chirag plays it towards the cow corner, gets a single, moves to a 70. If you are a cricket fan, irrespective of any teams, I would say you should go back and watch the highlights of this game and see the innings of Chirag Sisodia. Flighted delivery. It was more like a googly. It's straightening up after pitching. A good delivery from the back of his hands. If you watch him very closely, he's trying to deceive the batsman. Shubham Chak walking in again. Hit on the back foot, but the Cowers fielder cut it, but cannot stop the batsman from still getting 2 runs. What a nice little cameo has been played by Harendra. you wouldn't realize in the, you might not explicitly realize it, but if you look into the context of the game, he has actually given a lot more stability to the team. Rocks onto back foot, gets another single there. Because what his innings has done is it has really allowed Chirag Sisodia to go and free his arms, play his shots, and get his team to a comfortable position where they are right now. Shubham walks in for his last delivery of this over before the strategic timeout. Hits it through. What a nice little cut, a square cut. Hit between the point and the cover fielder. Everything is happening right for Chirag Sisodia. He seems to be seeing the ball just like a football. And everything he's like a Midas touch batsman. Everything that he touches turns to gold. And he's playing one of the best innings that I've seen in the near future, ladies and gentlemen. This is all about Chirag Sisodia. And with that, I'd like to welcome my co-commentator Vishal to the combox.
So 10 runs of the overs so far with the run rate at Mahadev. With a show from Chirag Sisodia. 29 deliveries, 74 runs. The run rate has slightly come to 5 of the over.
What an innings this has been, Vishal. He has been unapologetic. He has been unforgiving. He has take the bowling to the cleaners. He's taken the bowlers to the cleaners. This is unbelievable hitting from Chirag Sisodia. 74 of 29. You have to understand, he's almost a 300 strike rate. The crowd is not even moving from their seats. And they would not, because this has been some unbelievable hitting courtesy Chirag Sisodia.
Do you think Prasant is going to score the first 100 of this the LAXMANBHAI construction season 2?
The way he's playing, I see even him going past 100. And if he was to stay there, I'm sure he has got only one plan: to finish this in the next 5 overs. And that's the way he has been playing.
Let's hope for something big here from Chirag Sisodia.
If you are a Playmaster fan, you would be wanting to see the back of Chirag Sisodia and along with him another 2 or 3 more wickets. Because mind you, the way Chirag has played and he's taken the team to 102 in 10 overs, there will be absolutely no run rate pressure on them. All they need is another 59 runs or 58 runs in 60 balls. And with the wicket looking so good and the pitch looking very flat, I think we need to see some extraordinary bowling from someone in Playmasters if they were to make amends of this game.
I think 6 runs of the over required is not so much of burden here for Mahadev strikers. They still have a betting lineup down here. They'll definitely not make any mistake. And furthermore, since Haren has given much of time into the wicket and a support to Chirag Sisodia, that is the key point so far.
The 11th over for Playmasters, push the right.
I could feel right now for Playmasters, their bowlers, their captain, the team management, but I'm sure there would be some message that would have been passed on. They want to bring back Kush Kerai, who has been the most successful bowler, hoping that he gets something. This is disappointing, unfortunately. First delivery, Harindra tries to freeze arms, gets an inside edge, goes past the keeper for 4 runs. Everything happening right for Mahadev strikers. You need to feel for Playmasters right now.
I think even the Playmasters had a few shots from at the death overs from a few of the batsmen. The same could have been disappointing for Mahadev strikers. So again, same thing coming back to the Playmasters.
What has been unforgiving from Chirag Sisodia. He has been absolutely not. He seems to be on a mission. The onslaught that he went on against the bowlers of Playmasters was something that was unprecedented in this tournament so far. This is some good overs from some good bowling from Kush Kerai.
So with the Chirag Sisodia, he is another level of a batsman as we speak. We also saw a few matches here for him in other tournaments. He's been an extraordinary performance by Chirag.
Kush steams in, short delivery and gets the same punishment. This has been the story of this match so far. It has been bowlers running in to Chirag Sisodia and he punishing them, continuing with his onslaught. This seems to be unbelievable hitting from Chirag Sisodia. Drives it straight down. There's a fielder there. A rare single from Chirag. Because as of now, Vishal, he's been delivering only in boundaries and sixes.
It's obvious with the runs and the ball of run that he's been playing. It's not an easy task here for the Playmasters.
And not to forget the nice little cameo from Harendra. He's made sure that he's giving the comfort to his captain to go after the bowling because he's actually manned the other side very well. He's also hit some lovely cover drives off the back foot. He's been playing well as well. So far this has been a good outing also for Harendra Kerai.
The support that he's given to Chirag Sisodia, I think any other batsman could be looking, or another youngster would be looking at this batting between the Harendra and Chirag. I think this is something to watch of.
The crowd absolutely loving what's happening in Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj, one of the most entertaining games. And it's been all a firecracker show. It has not been the pyro by the organizers. It has been the firecracker show of Chirag. He's been bringing the biggest of crackers into this ground.
So Harish Asani comes in. Another bowler being implemented by Manish Kerai here. Somewhere something is not working out for the Playmasters. Bowling outside the off stump, giving a wide.
The man, Harish Asani, who made the 160 possible for Team Playmasters. Will he be able to deliver that blow that the Playmasters would be expecting?
Timing the ball, huh? Well done.
Another wide, not the best of start. 2 wides.
Well done.
They only need 45 runs right now, Mahadev strikers, from 54 deliveries. I do not think they would be looking at the scoreboard for now, because they know they are cruising towards yet another victory. Inside edge, and that's bowled. A show of emotion from Harish towards the crowd, but this is clean bowled, and the man, he seems to be a man with the golden arm today, Harish. Everything happening right for Harish Asani. Getting runs and now getting an inside edge. Umpires would be watching this. They might not be very happy with that. A show of emotion from Harish. I think the captain immediately goes up to him and he would calm him down.
So Harish again coming into play with a fantastic batting. Now the ball coming to her end, inside edge.
Harish comes in for his next delivery. The new batsman who's come here is Viraj Deepak Jadhav. Gets 2 runs. Opens his account. Harish steaming in. White signals the umpire. This is not helping the cause of Mahadev. I beg your pardon, Playmasters. Mahadev would be happy to get those extras right now. Flicked off the pads, but before the fielder could collect it, that's yet another single.
So this is the over that has kept the nerves for the Playmasters. But still being 6 of the over so far with 3 deliveries. But they have successfully gotten a wicket of Harendra Kerwai, who was definitely building a partnership with Chirag Sosodia. Over the mid, over the point. Just 1 run.
हरीश अंदर राख जे
So 2 runs taken there.
11.5 overs, 122 for 2. Last ball of a happening over. And that brings us to the end of 12th over. Score moves on to 123. But this finally, the partnership that did so well between Chirag Sisodia and Harendra Kheraya was finally broken by Harish Asani, the same gentleman who made sure that Play Masters would reach 160 with a valiant knock from his side.
Well done, Mahadev strikers on 123 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Mahadev strikers require 38 runs to win in 48 balls.
So sample equation here for the Mahadev strikers. The run rate just coming below 5.
It was a 93-run partnership between Harendra and Chirag Sisodia. In the context of this game, it has been this partnership that has changed the whole complexion of the game, pushing the game towards Mahadev strikers. And it brings us also Chirag Sisodia back on strike. Kush has been the best bowler so far for Play Masters. A young emerging talent. Vishal?
Definitely. The kind of pace, the kind of swings he gets with a new ball. I think he's a very much upcoming youngster. He might be also in the list of the emerging players, as we have introduced that award for the youngsters to encourage them.
Viraj hitting on the up. This wicket seems to have settled down nicely. And it'd be interesting to see if when the condition changes with the weather settling down and becomes a little more chilly and colder. It would be interesting to see how the evening game is going to span out. Would it be played on the same wicket or it will be a different wicket, Vishal?
Will be a same wicket, just sweeping, rolling a bit. He's playing really well, so there's no need of changing the wicket anyway.
That's a lovely looking shot from Viraj. I remember the great Sachin Tendulkar used to play this kind of a shots. He used to move off, go outside his off stump and used to flick it towards the fine leg. And reminiscence, a great reminiscence for me. Viraj also showing some class. He's a good batsman. He's played a good level of cricket in India.
Surprisingly, he's playing for Ruaraka in the Division 1.
I think he's been quite consistent also for Ruaraka. They've already won all the 3 games in the competition so far, and so has the Sri Kachilaya Patel Samaj also. Looking good in the tournament so far, leading the table.
I think the youngsters have started performing well, coming up well. So it's a good sign for the cricketers out there, not only for any other club in particular, but as long as each and everyone gets cricket to play on Sundays, we are happy.
If I'm not mistaken, Vishal, Viraj came in last season as well. Did he play for Canbis?
I think he played for Ruaraka, if I'm not wrong, in the Super League. If
Okay.
I'm not wrong, I'm not pretty sure.
A misfield there from Dev Patel, and they steal a single there. Vishal, we might just see the first century of this tournament. Was there any century in the season 1?
I think there was one. Well, I'll just need to go back to the States and check on it.
At the end of 13 overs, a score 131 for the loss of 2 wickets. What has been so impressive from Mahadev strikers has been the fact that throughout 13 overs, except for the first 3 or 4 overs, first 2 to 3 overs, they've always kept themselves about 10 runs per over. After a happening first over from Harish, he comes in for his second over. Width offered to Chirag Sisodia. And there's a misfield here. It's all happening in Sri Kachilaya Patel and nothing unfortunately happening for Playmasters right now. Hit hard. Fielder reaches there but misses out. Misfield. Not expected from Shubham Jadhav, but unfortunately there are some days like that. Gets himself another 4 runs. Chirag just seems to be hitting it. Yet another shot from Chirag. He seems to be in a hurry. He wants to finish this in a hurry. What a lovely looking shot from Chirag again. 4 runs written all over it the moment it left the bat.
With that 4, he now reaches into the nervous 90s.
What an innings this has been, ladies and gentlemen. Chirag Sisodia hits it above the covers, but this time finds the fielder Shubham Jadhav. He must be seeing the ball like a football right now. They've already cruised to 140, needing just 20 runs in another 39 deliveries. Wide delivery from Harish. The crowd also getting into action. The crowd cheering Chirag Sisodia. The crowd cheering the team. The Mahadev strikers seems to be extremely excited, and why wouldn't they be? Because their team is doing extremely well, courtesy their captain who's leading from the front. There's a change of end from Harish Asani. He wants to come round the wicket. Cheeky shot from Viraj, gets it 4, goes down, plays the Dil scoop. And this is yet another 4 runs. There can be no fielder put down there. Some brilliant batting. Yet another 4 runs. They seem to be wanting to finish this much earlier. They are in a hurry. They want to enjoy the rest of their Saturday, Vishal. And this is some magnificent batting. This has been a great outing from Mahadev strikers. They have brought this stadium alive. Same ball and same result. What a finish. What a skill from the batsman. He is not afraid to go for his shots. He knew the bowler was coming around the stumps. He's definitely going to miss the leg stump. So there's no chance of getting himself LBW, and he goes for it.
Prasad, 12 runs and 8 runs for Chirag. What do you think the two batsmen are communicating with each other?
There'll be fireworks from Chirag. Chirag is going to be on strike. They would want him to get this much needed. I'm sorry, there's 1 ball remaining. So there's a discussion going on between them. I'm sure Chirag is not going to be bothered about his century. The way he was not even celebrating when he reached his 50. He seems his team to win. He just wants his team to win. And this has been a great captain's innings. Does it look like, will it run all the way? There's a fielder running down. Will they come for the second? Most likely they might. Did they not? Chirag wants to go for the third, being sent away by Viraj. Much like the scenes from MS Dhoni and Virat Kohli, because Viraj wants Chirag, his captain, to score the century. But again, as I told you, he's one hell of a player who's a very selfless captain, because he was not celebrating his 50. Neither is he going for his 100. He just wants his team to win, even if that means one ball earlier.
Honestly, it's down to the wire for Chirag as well. Not in terms of the chase, but in terms of the 100 that he's going to score. 10 runs for the Mahadev strikers, 8 runs for Chirag Sisodia. This over will be the answer to the playmasters from the Chirag Sisodia, with Manish Kerai might give an angle to Chirag Sisodia coming round the wicket. Exactly, coming round the wicket. Let's wait for the reaction. Charging down! A huge six there by Chirag Sisodia.
This is carnage here. He gets 2 runs closer to his century. This is demolition. This is carnage. This is unrelenting from Chirag Sisodia. He has taken the attack to the opposition. Break by break, he has taken his team towards that 160 runs, but this has been an absolute carnage. This is demolition by Chirag Sisodia. He's demolished the opponent team with some unbelievable, unflinching, unrelenting, unapologetic batting. Comes on the track again. They wouldn't be going for they go for a single, brings him to 99. Team needing 3, he needing 1. I suspect Viraj would be definitely going for a single here. And this is what he does. Brings his captain back on strike. If the camera could be just turned towards the dugout of Mahadev strikers, if the camera can be turned, you can see them. They would be wanting. But this is Chirag on strike. Manish Kerai bowling.
First 100 of this season for Chirag Sisodia.
Now it's time, Chirag. Yes, you can celebrate. This celebration is yours. Look at the crowd. Look at the celebration. Chirag Sisodia. Remember the name, ladies and gentlemen. What an innings. Belligerence. This has been a show of unrelenting hitting. This has been demolition. This is carnage. He has taken the attack to the opposition. He has been hitting shots all over the ground. We have witnessed one hell of a century here from one hell of a person, one hell of a batsman. Take the name, take a bow. Chirag Sisodia, and Viraj finishes off in style, and that's it. Sorry, my excitement has taken the best of me. Unfortunately, there's a wicket here. I have been so consumed by the batting of this man, who you can see on screen celebrating, Chirag Sisodia. If you can have a wagon wheel here, you will see this wagon wheel will show shots hit played across the ground. But Viraj has been supporting well. He wanted to finish off in style. Manish Kerai gets his first wicket, the consolation wicket. But boy, what a player we have seen here. The rise of one man, if I can term him, the rise of Chirag Sisodia. He has dominated this match. He has been the player to watch. He has been the captain to watch. And he has just declared his arrival here at the Sri Kachileo Patel Samaj Stadium. Some unforgiving hitting from Chirag Sisodia. We have to feel for the bowlers of Playmasters. It has just been a day of Chirag Sisodia. He's just been too good today. Edged past the ball drives or runs past to the point fielder there, and no single taken, and it would be befitting that Chirag Sisodia finishes this match, because it has been a one-man show. Chirag Sisodia all the way, and it would only be appropriate in the context of the game that he is the man who hits those winning runs for his team. It can't get better than this. This has been a fantastic game of cricket. Yes, I would feel for you as a Playmaster fan, but ladies and gentlemen, take a bow. This has been one hell of a batting here from the man that you're seeing on screen, Chirag Sisodia. And it would be interesting how he finishes off. I would predict that he's going to go for a shot. Shubham Chak hits it, finds the fielder between the point and the cover fielder, and this is the most appropriate way of finishing this game. Chirag Sisodia, guys, remember the name, Chirag Sisodia. What a game this has been. He has been a man on a mission, and finishing off, coming in the first over, opening the innings, finishing off for MAHADEV strikers, getting them the two additional points, and the crowd is elated. They are shouting for the captain. They love the captain. We all love you, Chirag. What a performance this has been. This has been an unbelievable batting from Chirag Sisodia. I can't be more excited than sitting in this comm box, witnessing the first 100 of season 2 of Shri Kachileo Patel Samaj. LAXMANBHAI Construction T20 season 2. We will be back again in about an hour and a half with the next game. Till then, it's Prasad signing off along with Vishal Bojani.